My next guest on Mantras of the Moment is the CEO and founder of a boutique family law practice here in Cardiff, Lux Family Law. She's a long-standing friend of mine and someone I admire deeply. Charlotte Leyshon, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Oh, it's lovely to see your face. I am fine. And thank you for inviting me to take part.
It's an absolute honour. I'm so glad that you're here representing lawyers everywhere. Tell me, how has this last 12 months impacted your profession, your business? How has it impacted you fully professionally speaking?
Um, Obviously, it was a bit of a curveball to everybody. It sort of came out of nowhere, and I don't think many businesses would say they were ready for it. Thankfully for me, I'm a very new business. We launched 3 years ago. So in terms of the infrastructure, we were very modern and we were very up to date, and we had everything running off the cloud, and we had laptops and the ability to work remotely. So from that perspective, I was very lucky that not only were my amazing team really quick to adapt, but the infrastructure was already in place. I think the two challenges for us were, number one, the court system, because that was very antiquated and has been short of investment for many years. For example, they were still using paper court bundles. And you had to physically go to every single court hearing and wait around outside of court. Well, Her Majesty's court system was kicking and screaming, dragged into having to revolutionise all of that by now we have to lodge digital bundles, which saves lots of trees, which is a good thing. And clients don't have to physically go to court buildings. You can be, I'm doing a court hearing, which is actually the judge is in Manchester, but I'm in Cardiff, and the barrister's in London, and we're doing them all on a remote platform. So it's made things a lot more accessible, which are obviously positive things. But I think the hard thing for us has been, given the nature of the business, divorce, family law, these are incredibly emotional and personal, difficult times. We are effectively a distress purchase, and people want to feel that they have a human contact and reassurance. And I don't think the bread and butter of my offering, which was, bespoke, discreet, face to face, I think that was the hardest bit to sort of replicate online. But actually, because there was no choice, clients had to very quickly just get used to it. And now I think what is a positive for us is, I think because the world has changed so much as a result of us all having to do this, I don't think people will be scared. In fact, I think they will be quite keen going forward to have remote meetings in place of physical in-person meetings, because they're just so much more efficient. And of course, there will always be a place for the meeting you need to have with the client who needs a big cuddle. But until such time as we can do that, I think we've diversified very well.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There's been pros and cons for every guest that we've spoken to so far about the adaptations that we've all made in COVID. And that sense of efficiency of just being at home and creating space and simplifying is a definite pro. But we've all missed that face-to-face hustle in the office, just meeting someone for lunch, and just that everyday contact. And like you said, especially in your industry, your clients are so vulnerable. So that they need that face of yours to say it'll be okay.
I agree. And I think that the clients are finding it harder in COVID to deal with the disintegration of a relationship than ever. And it is very difficult for them to manage. Even at the best of times, it's hard for clients to manage, the disintegration of their family, perhaps their financial issues to do with their children. But add to that the layer of additional tension and emotion that everyone is experiencing in their personal lives at the moment. It's not been easy, but, it is what it is, isn't it? And everyone is just sort of getting there. I'm very lucky. I've got an amazing team here, and they're so hands-on with the clients, and we're always on the end of a phone as well. So we've just done the best we can.
Brilliant. keep going. Actually, when you speak like this, it makes me think that you're kind of key worker frontline as well. And it must feel like that some days.
We are actually key workers because we're lawyers that go to court. We
Yeah.
are defined as a key worker. So I have taken advantage of key worker childcare at school 1 day a week to keep my daughter sane and me sane, along with wine.
Yes, I can vouch for that too. Is there a mantra? This is the theme of our chat, really. Difficult times that we've all been through, and certainly in the last 12 months. Is there a mantra, saying, or slogan that you use personally to pull you through?
There is, and it's one that I use personally, and I have always then applied professionally, irrespective of pandemic. When my own marriage broke down, which was a difficult time, it was one of life's curveballs. I always say that I think that because I've been through it myself, it gives me the insight with clients of the whole plethora of feelings that you get when your life implodes. And I remember a stranger saying to me, she quoted St. Julian of Norwich, who was actually, girl power, the first woman to ever write a book in English 600 years ago. And she said, all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, which basically means it's going to be okay. And that for me meant so much at that time, because I remember being sat in my lawyer's office and I didn't care about legal jargon or tactics or strategy. I just wanted to know, am I going to be okay? Is my little girl going to be okay? And so if ever I'm faced with, it personally, oh God, I'm feeling like I'm up against it, I remind myself of those words of St. Julian of Norwich. But I think it's even more important in my work as well, because now I'm the person with people sat in front of me, looking at me with big puppy dog eyes, some of them. And actually, I know all they want to hear is it's going to be okay. And I think it would, there's lots of people who've said things similar to that. I think it was John Lennon, wasn't it, who said everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
Yes.
And there's something reassuring about knowing and just hearing, well, it will be okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of really simple and really straightforward, and not particularly clever, but it's just reassuring.
That's the thing. It's the reassurance, isn't it, in difficult times, that you've just got to keep on keeping on and just through. You do. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to just sit and crumble. Of course, we all feel that impact of life, don't we? And what it brings us. But again, I've got Bob Marley in my head now of every little thing's going to be all right. And it will be.
It will be. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. So my last question to you is, when it is all done and our freedom returns, in whatever shape and manner that may be, what's the thing you're most looking forward to doing?
Oh, well, where do I start? I think for me, I work very hard, and enjoying quality holiday time where I'm not in work with my daughter is the thing which I'm missing most. It's not the same having a walk around the same park. And she's growing. She's 12 years old. She's 13 this year. She's grown up so much, even in the last year. And 2 years ago, we did a road trip for 3 weeks around California, and we have so many lovely memories of that. And she's now become, she plays the electric guitar, she plays the piano, she's very into her music. So I've promised her that as soon as we're able, we'll do a road trip around all the musical centers around the States. She wants to go to Memphis, Nashville, Chicago, and just sample a bit of music culture that will be, something, a shared experience. It's about making the memories, I think, is the thing that we all feel life's been on hold, and making memories with my daughter, because life is very short. She'll be gone off to uni before I know it, is the thing I'm most looking forward to getting back to doing.
What an amazing trip to plan. I love that.
You can come and meet us.
I will. I was just thinking, where can I meet you on the way? New York jazz clubs. I know I'd like to go to Detroit.
Yes.
See how I started. Amazing. And I'm, knowing your daughter and knowing the journey that you've gone on, It's so inspiring. I'm so grateful to you coming on. You know how much I love and adore you. And
you.
thank you for the brilliant work. I'm really glad you joined us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to join you. I'm so proud of you.
It's been brilliant. Lots of love. I'll see you on the other side.
Bye, darling.
See you soon. Bye.